Hello and welcome to The Time Machine. Today we're going to be looking at the legendary Steve Irwin's life, who was tragically taken from us way too soon, but lived his life to the fullest, and his legacy is still felt today. So let's go back to the very beginning, to the year of 1962. Steve Robert Irwin was born on the 22nd of February 1962 in Upper Ferntree Gully, a Melbourne suburb, to Lynette Hackinson and Bob Irwin. Both of his parents had English and Irish ancestry, with a touch of Swedish from his mother's side. His great-great-grandfather, Joseph Irwin, originally from Dublin, settled in Tasmania, Australia in the 1870s. Steve had two sisters, Joy and Mandy. In 1970, as a child, he moved with his parents to Queensland, where he attended Landsborough State School and Caloundra State High School. His father, Bob Irwin, was a wildlife expert, while his mother, Lynn, dedicated herself to wildlife rehabilitation. Following their move to Queensland, Bob and Lynn Irwin established the Queensland Reptile and Fauna Park, where Steve grew up surrounded by crocodiles and various reptiles. Steve actively participated in the park's activities, engaging in daily animal feeding and maintenance. On his 6th birthday, he received a 12-foot scrub python, and at the age of 9, he started handling crocodiles under his father's guidance, and even wrestled his first crocodile at the same age. In 1991, he assumed park management, eventually renaming it Australia's Zoo. In 1991, Steve encountered Terry Raines, an American naturalist from Eugene, Oregon, who was visiting wildlife rehabilitation facilities in Australia and decided to visit the zoo. For the couple, it was love at first sight. Terry described Steve as an environmental Tarzan.
And I never expected to end up on the Sunshine Coast or visiting Beerwah. But sure enough, driving by, there was this little tiny sign and this little tiny zoo, and I thought, I'll just go in to check it out. I went through the gate, and Australia Zoo opened up into these beautiful gardens and happy animals, and then there was a crocodile demonstration going on with this guy. This man was in with a crocodile talking about animals the way you talk about what you had for lunch. And now I'm going to feed this huge crocodile. Isn't he a little beauty? The man was saying. And I thought, well, I never really thought of crocodiles as beautiful, but I'll have a look. And I stood and listened to him talk about crocodiles, that they were passionate lovers and beautiful mothers and what special animals they were. I thought, hang on, I've never heard anyone talk like that. And then he handed the crocodile some food. It came screaming out of the water, grabbed the piece of food, and he was as calm as if he was mailing a letter in a letterbox. I was sold. I thought, this man is the most incredible guy I have ever seen. He's probably married. He's got to be taken.
When I saw Terry in the crowd, I looked up and our eyes met. And my heart just went bang, 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 just started thumping. It was love at first sight. I know this sounds like it's coming out of some Mills and Boon love novel, but it's true. Love at first sight. Next thing, whoa! I remembered where I was. Agro's trying to kill me. So I wound up the demo. Yep, thanks for coming. And then she stayed back and talked to me.
He said hello, and I think I said something really clever like hi.
And crikey, our love just went ballistic.
And at that precise moment, Laurie took a photograph of us. Now, that photo I still have to this day, and it is the funniest moment. I don't know if there's many married couples who have a photo of the exact moment they first met, but I'm lucky enough to have that shot.
They got engaged 4 months after meeting, marrying on June the 4th, 1992 in Eugene. Steve and Terry spent their honeymoon trapping crocodiles together, and this footage became the first episode of The Crocodile Hunter, which premiered in Australia in 1996 and later gained international acclaim.
Man, this is a long car. G'day, mate, how are you?
Raymond.
Raymond?
Yep.
New York, are you?
Yep.
Good. Nice place. From what I've seen. Thanks a lot, mate.
There you are.
How are
Nice day.
you? Yep. See you in Australia sometime.
Okay, my pleasure.
Steve's exuberant presenting style, signature khaki shorts and catchphrases like "crikey" became well known globally. Sir David Attenborough praised him for introducing people to the wonders of the natural world. After a hugely successful run, Animal Planet concluded The Crocodile Hunter with a series finale titled Steve's Last Adventure, featuring his global expeditions. Following the show, Steve starred in various other Animal Planet documentaries, including Croc Files, The Crocodile Hunter Diaries, and New Breed Vets.
G'day! G'day! Here we go again, adventuring, where the wild.
In 1998, Steve continued his television career by presenting the 10 deadliest snakes in the world. He also made appearances on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, and featured in humorous FedEx commercials.
Now this is the fear snake, the most venomous snake in the world. One bite from him and it's all over. Yo! Oh, no worries, mate. Luckily, we've had the anti-venom sent from America via FedEx. In my line of work, if you're not absolutely sure, you're absolutely dead. Oh, crikey. It appears we've used a different courier who hasn't arrived yet. It's okay because...
Steve also had a cameo role in the Eddie Murphy film Dr. Dolittle 2, and played the starring role in The Crocodile Hunter Collision Course. The film won a Young Artist Award and generated funds for conservation. Using the proceeds from filming and merchandise, Steve and Terry established the Australian Zoo Wildlife Hospital. In 2004, Steve dedicated the hospital to his mother, who had passed away tragically in the year 2000. The facility continues to rescue, rehabilitate and release over 7,000 native Australian animals annually. Steve Irwin met his ultimate demise when he was fatally pierced in the heart by a stingray while pursuing his beloved passion on the 4th of September 2006. The death of the Crocodile Hunter triggered an outpouring of sorrow from fans worldwide, and even led to a regrettable series of retaliation attacks on stingrays along the Australian coast. This was strongly condemned by the executive director of Steve's conservation organisation. Throughout his career, Steve had a steadfast rule that the cameras must keep rolling even in the face of danger. This principle remained unwavering during his final moments. The shocking incident occurred near Australia's Great Barrier Reef, and the tragic event was captured on film. Yet, to this day, the whereabouts of this footage remains a mystery. In a cruel twist of fate, Steve, at the age of 44, had originally not intended to venture out to sea on that fateful day. The filming for his programme, Ocean's Deadliest, had been cancelled due to the weather conditions. However, boredom struck at his hotel, leading Steve, along with his cameraman Justin Lyons and director John Staten, to embark on a small boat off the coast of Port Douglas. Their aim was to gather footage for his daughter's show, Bindi the Jungle Girl. Steve decided to seek out normally harmless stingrays, a decision that would tragically alter the course of events. Steve passed over the top of the stingray, and as he did, the stingray raised its sharp tail, stabbing him hundreds of strikes in a few seconds. Justin continued to film, not realising the severity of the attack, but when he panned back to Steve and saw how much blood was surrounding him, he realised something had gone horribly wrong. They brought Steve back onto the inflatable boat and sped back towards the main vessel. He was having trouble breathing. Even if we'd been able to get him into emergency ward at that moment, we probably wouldn't have been able to save him because the damage to his heart was massive. As we're motoring back, I'm screaming at one of the other crew in the boat to put their hands over the wound, and we're saying to him things like, "Think of the kids, Steve. Hang on." In the days that followed, the tape was handed over to Queensland Police to help with their investigation. Rumours immediately circulated that it would be shown on TV, but Discovery, the network that made Steve a star, insisted the footage would never see the light of day. John Staten said it was too disturbing to ever be shown. I mean, it should be destroyed. I actually saw it, but I don't want to see it again. In 2007, the authorities said they had destroyed all but one copy, which they gave to Steve's devastated widow, Terry. But for her, its existence was too much, and she destroyed it without ever watching it. Terry told You magazine in 2018, after Steve died, 100 million viewers watched a video of his death that was released on YouTube. That film was a complete fabrication, exploiting people's sadness. I have never watched the real footage. Why would I? I know how my husband died, and I was relieved that the children weren't on that boat as they usually would be. It would have been horrendous if they had witnessed it. Although Steve Irwin is no longer with us, the rest of his family has valiantly carried on his legacy by managing Australia Zoo and actively advocating for wildlife conservation. Notably, Steve's son Robert has demonstrated that he possesses his father's charismatic spirit, with numerous appearances on US talk shows that have garnered viral recognition on YouTube. He truly appears to be following in his father's footsteps. His daughter Bindi has wholeheartedly dedicated herself to the mission her late father held so dear, being a voice for animals everywhere. She emphasises that they are committed to ensuring that Steve's mission continues to flourish. Steve once said, "I don't care if people remember me. I want everyone to remember my mission." This sentiment drives their work at both Australia Zoo and Wildlife Warriors, where they focus their conservation through engaging education. In addition to her father's mission, Bindi has her own environmental goals that she is determined to achieve. She believes in the power of education to foster a sense of responsibility towards the environment, and she continues to work tirelessly to make a positive impact on the planet. The dedicated team at the zoo's wildlife hospital has provided care for more than 120,000 patients, extending their compassion to the wide range of animals in need. They actively support various projects, including groundbreaking whale shark research aimed at uncovering the secrets of these magnificent and elusive creatures. Terry, Bindi and Robert's unwavering effort today serves as a heartfelt tribute to the memory of the greatest wildlife warrior to have ever lived, Steve Irwin. They are dedicated to ensuring that Steve's enduring legacy continues to thrive. Australia Zoo, which now spans over 700 acres and employs more than 500 staff, remains true to Steve's vision.
I think the proudest thing that I've achieved professionally is global wildlife conservation. The proudest thing I've achieved personally is my children. Is there anything in this world that would want to make me give away what I'm doing now? Yes. Yes, there is. When my children can take the football that I call wildlife conservation and run it up. When they're ready to run up our mission, I will gladly step aside. And I guarantee you it'll be the proudest moment of my life. And my job will be done like my mum and my dad. That, and only then, then and only then will I know that I have achieved my ultimate goal, to be able to stand aside and let them run up my mission. Because that's what I did for my mum and dad, and I'm really proud to tell you that. By crikey, I got tears flowing out, and I'm holding them back. I'm trying so hard to hold them back, but I'm just doing what they wanted me to do. They created a wildlife warrior. I am that. And they were able to stand aside to varying degrees, and I'm able to run that ball up, mate. I'm running it up. You know what? The opposition's hard and it keeps coming, but I ain't stopping until my kids can run it up for me, and then I'll stand aside like my dad.